Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. My jeans are never empty. Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. Beamer, Benz, a Bentley. Your scheming don't affect me.
To tell you the truth, I want to know why there aren't people other than Greeks doing stepping. Because even in high school, when I went to step shows, they were still Greek-based. Because a lot of the people that I saw in high school are not Greek.
Yes, more of like the history of it. I feel like it seems like something that's very cultural. Like it has a cultural background, but I don't really know it.
I would like to know the purpose. It's good and all.
Why?
Are you stepping for little kids in Africa? Or are you stepping for world peace? Like, I mean, I just want to know.
I like to know where it comes from. I don't know much about stepping.
I think the purpose of stepping is, I don't know, like saying, like pride.
The purpose, I think, is to unite the individuals that are doing it. My opinion.
I don't know, like routine, right?
It has to do a lot with representing who you are. Pride is a big thing, but like
to just express the true beliefs and the qualities that the fraternities and sororities are trying to exhibit.
Stepping is a dance art form.
Stepping is rhythmic moving of the hands and feet to the beat.
okay.
I mean, stepping is kind of a way for like fraternity members to express their passion for the fraternity. Like after the pledging process has ceased, it's kind of like an outside form of like expressing passion and like excitement and like your own, also putting your own style on fraternity.
It's a form of entertainment, basically. Just, organized movements and steps to a rhythm, usually synchronized to a pattern to make a show.
Stepping is a sequence of hand and feet motions that a group or organization does together.
Honestly, I don't know. It's just one of those things that, comes with the territory,
Like I said, I want to express that passion that I have for my fraternity.
Stepping because it's fun. It's a part of my sorority. I never did it before I joined one.
I don't step because I feel that if I'm not going to do it right, then it won't do it justice. So that's just my personal choice.
Why I do it, it's tradition. The founders, the guys who started with our organization, like Sci-Fi, they step, and it's kind of like just a tradition thing that you do over the years, something that like connects you guys together or whatnot.
That's a good question. Like, I feel like high school is the stepping stone to, like, yeah.
I believe because they're the only ones that do it, unless you're a high school student.
I think because there's no other organization that really has a true brotherhood or sisterhood that can come together and, perform in that manner.
You got me there too.
I think it's just more popular for fraternities and sororities in college. Because in high school they have high school step teams and city teams. I know some church groups have step teams. So I think in college, sororities and fraternities are like the more popular ones that do it. So.
But I believe it's the biggest part of where everybody knows it from. If that makes any sense. Like, the first time I heard about it was when I was in my middle school or high school, because it was done at a college. I saw it on TV or something like that.
So you think at that level they get it from fraternity?
Yes.
Okay.
When you get to college, basically, those kind of groups and teams kind of aren't around. The stepping that you do see is from fraternities and sororities.
Yeah. Why?
To be perfectly honest, I've seen maybe one person other than, about one person on a step team that is not black. I don't know. I guess people can look at anything like sports or like any kind of institution like that as being racially divided in some sense, like at some point. So I think to look at it like that would maybe perpetuate that.
Right. I do see, like, you know, in the movies more, I do see more, it's showing more African Americans doing it.
Yes, I do. I went to the fall block this past fall, and I only saw, fraternities and sororities that represented, by African Americans and not by other racial groups.
I think it would be nice to see the Asian sorority step in, or maybe the Latino.
I do want to see like a racial variety, but I feel like there's so like other races besides African Americans are like so they're like I don't want to do it because it's associated with black or African American.
Personally, I don't think so. Anyone can step, so it's not anything that's like racial, like you gotta be black to step or anything like that. So, I mean, any group that gets together or wants to share this experience or wants to, make up a step or whatnot, anyone can do it. It's not really like racial based or like law based or anything like that.
I believe it can, in a way that some people may think that stepping belongs only to the African American culture.
Yes, because it's known for only predominantly African American sororities and fraternities, and it's done by us, yes, but it can be done by anybody. As long as you, much like any other dance form, appreciate it, I believe that it's something that could be done across any.
No, I mean the only kind of boundaries it creates is if you don't have any rhythm kind of stuff, because it takes like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta have some kind of skill, but I mean there's no one that's excluded from it. I mean I know that stepping is historical to the NPHC foundation, but also my organization, which is the MGC, also participates, so there's no racial boundaries.
I don't think it does.
I think it's open to all, but of course African American groups shun other groups from doing it because it's kind of our culture. And so every time we see other cultures do things that we do, it takes a little bit more away from us.
Honestly, I don't think they should have won. I mean, they were good. They were really good. But I felt like the other team was a little better.
They decided this would be something good to do. So, I don't know, for TV, for people.
So you think it was like
It's entertainment. Who doesn't want to see that?
I mean, I don't think it's fair that they done that, Whoever declared the winner that day, they tallied the points, they made their scorecards. Whoever decided was the winner, they should be the winner. They shouldn't go back and try to review it and all this stuff. It's just going to create more problems, and then it makes it seem like it's racial.
They should know that they're missing out on something.
It's fun. It's very tiring. Good exercise. It's definitely fun, especially if you get to perform in front of a big crowd, such as Fall Block.
It's hard. It's not easy for everybody. I think people should be more exposed to it because when you tell people what it is, they don't really get it. They're like, oh, is that rhythmic thing? Or they don't really know, so.
It's not easy. It takes a lot of time, a lot of preparation, a lot of practicing, a lot of long nights.
No one man should have